So let's take a look here and see if there are any comments.
Can I see the comments? That's the question. I feel like
I can see the comments.
Years old,
someone says, Dane Cook says we make a great couple.
Oh, that's interesting.
So thank you, Dane. You make a great couple as well.
Yeah. Do we make a good coupling, though? I don't know what that means.
April Doggies says, my 8-year-old daughter wants to upgrade from her toy guitar to guitar lessons. What is a good first guitar for her? Martin makes a cool little X series guitar that's really good. Yamaha makes a really nice,
I just realized we do better when we're looking up.
Well, we do. We do.
Yeah, wow. That's
what are we at in here with numbers? Here?
We're up to 4,000.
So we're going to have to get...
It just went down 3,000.
Well,
no, I'm kidding. On that one comment, what do we have in numbers dropped us 1,000.
See, that's where self-consciousness will get you. They didn't want any part of that. Yeah, I've got a couple holiday parties to go to. And then...
What's crazy is we're shooting this on a very expensive studio camera.
I spent $25,000 on a high-definition camera.
No sponsorship.
Nope. That's how much I care about being first in the Instagram Live.
And the cameraman, too. You're paying him.
Make that guitar, yes. And we also have Hal up in the booth.
Yeah, sure. In the control room.
Yeah. There's also a big truck out on Mulholland that's blocking traffic on a very...
So that's what someone said?
No, that's my truck. It's our HT.
Oh, yeah, we do. Here, Grip and Lighting. Shout out to the Grip and Lighting team.
Yep, and craft services.
Yep.
Make the guitar brand hoodie available for everyone. So it seems like a legal nightmare to sell a hoodie. For those who don't know, it's on Instagram. I wanted to make a hoodie that commemorated the golden years of guitar magazine readership. And there's a whole bunch of guitar brands down the sleeve, and I just can't imagine coordinating. It would cost so much money in legal fees to coordinate. It would be the world's most expensive sweatshirt. For me to pass along the overhead, it would be a $3,000 sweatshirt.
But wouldn't that be your legacy? No?
I guess you're right.
Why are we not looking at the camera?
Okay, you know what? Why don't you...
Shot. We should take a break. It's because we're trying to see the comments.
Yes.
So we should check in periodically. I can moderate the comments too, from time to time.
Okay.
From time to time.
Okay, great. Look, we're learning as we go.
Yeah.
This is
not an exact science.
No, this isn't even science.
What is exact science? What's something that's exact science? Like biology? Is that an exact science?
No, because yes. No. Because you have you have mutations.
Right.
So I would say that
there is no exact.
An inch is always an inch.
Yeah. An inch is an inch.
A pound is always a pound.
Yeah.
But biology, you have two-headed babies sometimes.
Right. Which is
you couldn't say that a baby.
That's called atypical.
Well, therefore, it's not a rigid science.
Right. So an exact science might be a measurement?
I would think a measurement is an exact science. Are there any scientists watching?
Yeah, any scientists?
Come on in. I also think that we should go to the phone.
This guy, My Young Forever, said, can I record with you on your next album? John, I have no musical talent, by the way.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
You know why? Because you have passion. And passion reads.
Yeah. 90% of success is showing up.
That's what that's right.
Alan says.
That's right.
Right. I never knew what that meant.
Well, she's about to know what that means because you are invited. So what instrument do you choose to play if you already have made it known that you don't? If
you've been invited by John Mayer to play on the album.
But if you say you have no musical talent, what instrument?
What's the least risky? Or do you just go play?
At this point, I would say you want to play the French horn.
Yeah, French horn.
Yeah, you want to fall as short of the bar as possible.
Because that's your brand.
Because. Any other questions before we should really take a call? This would be really funny if we take a call. All right, let's blow up the phone. This is the Google Pixel.
My question is, are they going to be able to hear the phone from that?
Well, we'll figure it out.
Okay. That's the Pixel.
This is the Google Pixel. I love this phone.
You were making an interesting point a couple weeks ago. the ecosystem of iMessage.
This is the reason I can't switch to this great phone.
Right. And that's not bad for the phone. We're both fans of all technology.
I don't know that it's not an ad. I like to give a little
here's
before
your contract with
I like to give a little before I get something. I had the number for the phone. But anyway, I got the Google Pixel mess at home. Yeah, fella. And just like me. Also, by the way,
fell off like me.
Also, by the way, I'm expecting a UPS package, so I will have to get up at some point when the phone rings.
And we will have to just talk
when the door rings. So the reason I can't switch over is because iMessage. That's where everyone lives. That's where the community is. If you get off iMessage, it would be like hanging out with a really smart, cool new friend, but your other friends can't come. And you would just start missing your blue bubble friends.
Well, what's interesting to me, too, is that plenty of the world is obviously on Android.
So we'll put the phone right here.
A lot of people are on Android. Why don't they have their own sort of sent red message system?
You'd have to tell people to get on
one platform.
You'd have to be a very influential person in your friend circle to say essentially, I don't know that I want to take that on. I don't know that I want to take on that Goliath. If you want to find, how many friends do you think would
jump on that?
Care about you enough to download WhatsApp only to wait for you?
I've been trying to get my friends to only speak through Evite. No go.
That's actually, I was thinking one time, if you wanted to avoid, do you think the NSA monitors eBay feedback or Xbox Live conversation? If I was in a terror cell, which I assure you I'm not, the way that I would communicate in a clandestine way...
background laughing. I don't know.
The way that I would communicate in a clandestine way is I would play an Xbox multiplayer live game.
Well, you know about how the terrorist 9/11 communicated, right?
Yes.
Is that which is very allowed to say it? You're acting like I shouldn't.
I don't think it's a state secret. Do people know about this other than you?
I think you know it. We may have talked about it.
We talked about this.
Yeah, so allegedly, from what I read, it was kind of a smart thing. They saved their drafts and they all shared one login on a...
Shared basically multiple users on one email account.
So nothing ever went across.
I would go into
Xbox
Live and have like a group match inside of Call of Duty and just hang out in the foxhole and everybody just sort of
tell everyone what's up
and just tell everybody what's up.
So, but you don't think... Yeah, I guess the NSA would be like, hold on, there's no one's moving or shooting over there. They're just sitting there talking.
It's the NSA listening to Xbox Live. The other one I would do is eBay feedback. I would write, sweater arrived on time and as advertised.
Blow up.
Meet at midnight.
Right, yes.
A+++++.
Sure.
But that's.
Well, why does that have to be public? You're assuming, why can't it be a private message situation?
Well, that's why.
Do you think the NSA is checking Instagram private message?
Give us a call right now. This is my number I was going to use on the Google Pixel, but...
I don't mean to cut you off, but the idea of there being private things that people don't want to see. So much the comedy sketch in itself, all the email crap they do have to read.
Oh, they
at a certain point, they get jaded by, nude pic.
Oh, the NSA...
I didn't want to say that. I'm trying to get this PG.
I got to imagine that if you work for the NSA...
You're just jaded.
You can't
even watch porn.
You can't watch porn.
It's just I've seen it.
Because that's not what you're looking for.
Oh, yeah, that? Yeah,
right.
What gets them psyched?
What gets them hard?
Yes. What gets the NSA hard? Because they've seen everything.
I would imagine that an NSA worker is one of the hardest people to please. Just they're
like
single.
Libido, it's like the ceiling for their libido.
Right. It's the only if it doesn't have wires around it.
Yeah.
Give us a call. We're gonna blow up the number 310-857-4274. 310-857-4274.
I wonder. Obviously, no one called. I wonder if they should bring back the busy signal, the old busy signal when you call someone.
Here we go. Ohio. This is actually.
By the way, we're
call.
only up to 2,000.
Ohio, go ahead. How are you?
Hey,
how's it going?
It's good. actually sitting here with my little sister.
Hi.
You're there with your little sister? How old is she and how old are you?
I'm 22 and Lainey is
14.
Hi, Lainey.
Hi, Lainey. How are you? Do you have a question for either Jordan or myself?
I do. I posted it on the Instagram. And I was curious what your favorite Miles Davis album is and why.
I'm going to give you an easy but boring answer. It really is. It really is kind of blue. It really is kind of blue. It is blue. It is the quintessential Miles Davis record for a reason. For a reason. It is a study in restraint. It is a study in interplay. It is absolutely note for note a masterful thing. And there's actually not another record like Kind of Blue. Kind of Blue is an experimental record where the heads of the songs are written and then it's improvised music. And with the players involved in that record and at the stage in jazz music and at the stage in each player's personal sort of lineage, you just could not have ever done it again. And after that, Miles sort of very quickly evolved away from that into. But that is the ultimate jazz record. It sounds ultimately actually better in Japan. If you've ever had the opportunity to listen to Kind of Blue in Japan, I don't know why. It's so good.
A lot of people can't.
I don't know why it's so good. But yeah, that's my favorite one. And
I'd say Born to Run for me. For best Miles Davis. I know that's not the common.
It's not the common answer. It's not the answer you always hear.
Never.
It's not the answer that you usually hear.
Yeah.
But still, I think a great Miles Davis album.
Yeah.
And just shows how many genres he was able to straddle.
Yes.
And possibly, it was almost...
not to mention how many drugs.
Yes, he straddled a lot of different drugs.
No, but yeah, it's a great album.
So thank you very much. And
does Lainey have a question?
Does Lainey have a question? Oh, we might have lost it. Because remember, we have the we're only on Wi-Fi calling here. Maybe I should... Oh, no. That phone was just... So do we have any more...
So what happened there? We lost... What did you hung up because of your answer?
I didn't... That's the most negative thing possible. 310-857...
Hey, can I ask you guys a question? Let's see if... I don't know if they answer in real time. But
310-857-4274. They just needed the number.
Are you guys hearing them when they were on the call? Were you able to hear them? We're on the delay here when I look back at the feed, which means they're seeing the past.
Right.
Who's John Mayer?
If they're in the past...
Hey guys,
then we're in the future.
Did anyone hear the phone call? Were you able to hear the audio? I'm just curious.
Touring from... No, they said they couldn't hear it. Yes?
Yes. Okay, great. Thank you.
Touring. Someone asked when am I touring in the spring. So it's all going to come around very quickly after the new year. A lot of stuff coming out. I can say once it starts, it's not going to stop. Once the music starts coming out, not to be too cryptic, but it's going to be a very steady flow of music in one way or another all year, and it'll make up for lost time, I think. Do you have any projects? Anything you're working on right now? Jordan, for those who don't know, is an incredible writer, a very funny guy who spearheaded the Late Late Show
of the late '90s.
But when I had the Late Late Show for 3 nights in between Craig Ferguson and James Corden, Jordan was sort of the writer that I brought in. And also the auteur of a film called Zombievers, which
he was in. And now I'm directing this other horror movie.
A lot of texts. People don't want to call. Oh, you're working on a horror movie?
Yeah.
The Drone. Can I say the title?
The Drone,
of it?
yeah.
The Drone.
No, you can't.
Okay. Well, we have still time to cut it.
Okay. No, that's fine.
People want to text, but they don't want to call.
Maybe they don't want to use their minutes.
Who has minutes anymore?
I don't know.
If I ever asked someone to give me a call and they said,
it's not working.
I don't want to go past my minutes, I would be so offended.
Do you want me to try to call it and see if it works?
Yes. 310-857-4274. Maybe people just 74. Maybe people just don't want to
be on the air.
Be on the air. I don't know.
No, there's going to be someone here at 42.
310-857-42.
Can I call anytime?
Anytime.
I'll call now.
The wireless customer you called is not available at this time.
Are so many people calling it doesn't work? Oh, I have 18 voicemails.
It's really embarrassing when you're doing a live Instagram with John Mayer and you realize he can't pay his bills.
All right.
So why don't you think it's working? Maybe you turned off the...
No, I didn't. No, I think it's
settings up there, maybe?
No, it's fine.
Settings.
It's fine. It's.
Try calling me with that real quick.
I don't have your number. People can hear the touch tone. Oh, here it is. I got it. Server error.
Oh, maybe because you don't have service up here and the texts are getting...
I'm on Wi-Fi.
No, but you're not doing... Calls would be like FaceTime, but if you're not on an actual cell service, you can't...
But I am on cell.
You're just barely getting text, but you probably can't get a call out or in.
All right, well then let's...
Or just leave it here because we heard him here. I bet you'll get a call.
Let's move on.
Yeah, that's not going to try.
Any other questions? Let's go to...
Here's a question.
Yeah, hit me with a question.
What's the number again, someone said? Try that.
310-857-4274.
John, you're getting old. We're all getting old.
We're all getting old.
Question.
John, you're getting old.
Okay, guys, we need questions, not just...
Not just pointers.
Not just, yeah.
All right, let's see.
Number goes straight to voicemail.
All right.
The staff didn't check this before we did the show.
The Christmas party was last night, and so people are pretty hungover. The line is busy, so it seems that there are so many calls.
Are you...
That it's... I guess text the number.
Oh, it's
just text. So we've got some texts.
Do you ever get recurring dreams?
I do get recurring dreams.
Kirsten Elise said that.
That's a great question. I do get recurring dreams. Start thinking about yours. Yeah, mine is that I can fly, not very high, just about ceiling height, and I get very sick after I do. So it goes to show you that even in a dream where you can have any fantasy in the world, I can't fly that high, and when I do, I'm very ill afterwards. It takes all the energy out of me.
Right.
And I only fly to impress other people.
Wow.
That's the only reason I fly is I go, I want to show you something. And then I fly up to about just shy of the ceiling, and then I land and I vomit. And then I wake up.
Is that all true?
That's true.
I don't have recurring dreams.
Yeah, a lot of busy signals. So,
someone said, did you get any good cards in the Star Wars card pack Patrick gave you at the laundress?
I did. I was given a Topps Star Wars, an original Star Wars Topps trading card pack.
Is there I'm going to fire some quick questions.
Okay.
Quick answers. Ready? Is there a trio album in the works?
There's not a trio album in the works, no.
Are you coming to New Orleans in the spring?
Sure. No, not in the spring, I don't think. But soon enough, by the end of the year.
What's your favorite movie?
Good Will Hunting.
Vodka or whiskey?
Whiskey.
My whole thing with Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
I may have told you this before. The whole apples bit in the window, right? Like, do you like apples? And then, and then, well, how do you like them apples? Because he got her number, Minnie Driver's number, right? What if the guy didn't like apples?
Then the whole movie would have been over.
That would have just ended.
It would have ended.
Roll credits.
Right.
Because, let's play that out. Ready? So, go. Ask me.
Do you like apples?
No.
Ready?
No.
Ready?
Okay.
Do you like apples?
No. I'm allergic to them.
Well, I did pretty well for myself tonight.
Yeah, but how is that what does that have to do with apples?
Doesn't matter. The thing is, the girl that I wanted to get.
Other Harvard girl, let's go out.
Yeah.
And
then you hear, I'll fake it through the day somehow. And he's kind of...
And a montage pushed down the hallway as he's mopping.
Yeah. And it's really, the movie becomes at that point a story of defeat for a man who had everything in his future lost because of a bet that didn't pay off. A simple bet of work.
So we're going into the other guy's story?
No, we're going into a now dejected Will Hunting for having...
Right.
Well, let's try it again.
What? It's that guy from before.
Do you like apples?
No.
Well, that's beside the point. I got her number. And if you liked apples, you would have liked these apples. I'm in love with the world. next.
Well, he got me. Okay.
I think you're going down a dark path if you are.
Is it as dark as the path that I just thought of, where I want to spend money to stage the set from that hallway where he's mopping up and he looks at the equation board, but in the insert shot of the equation board, it's like all porn or something?
You can do what you want. This is. Did you wish that was the? Do you like the idea of wasted time in film? You like the idea?
Excuse me. How dare you, sir? We're sitting on an apple box.
Let me see what else is going on here. Jordan, do you have any recurring dreams?
No, I don't. But you asked me on the way here. You said we'll have fun, and I'll ask you things like, what's the
saddest thought you've ever had?
And the saddest, I had two thoughts, of course, that were jokes immediately, just because of the way we talk. The first thoughts that popped in my head were, it's sad that Chinatown's not really a town. I don't know why that was the first thing. And then the next one was that by the kids, I'll be too old to scare them with my penis size. Does that make sense?
No, will you unpack it?
Sure. So basically, you hear about where. I feel like maybe comedians do this bit a lot in the 80s, but also there's it's just a thing when people go when I was a kid, I saw my dad's wiener. They don't say wiener. But I saw my dad's penis, and I thought it was the biggest thing I've ever seen, but it's because I was a little kid. Mm-hmm. So as I get older, if I have kids when I'm very old, I'll never scare them with the size of my penis, like getting out of the shower, because it'll shrivel up because I'll be an old man. I don't know that biologically the penis shrivels. I think the testicles get bigger and lower, but I think the bush gets larger. I think you stop. Any picture I've ever seen of a naked older man, I think it's really an issue of relativity, because the bush is so unkempt at that age. Like the gray pubic. I've never seen. Have you ever seen? Well, so then even that, just the fact that it would be dwarfed in that patch. It's a very simple fix for this. You just groom yourself well into your 70s. I'm not going to be remembering that, because I'll be worrying about other things. You know what I think? I think this is how you know you're ready for kids. This is a natural coming of age for a guy. People, this is your biological clock. Yeah. Say it. I'm not saying it. Say it. This show is PG-13. Anyone think Jordan's ready to have kids? Write us in. Write in. Oh, we've got a call. We've got a call from Texas. Don't move the phone, because right there I might get calls. So Texas. We've got a call from Texas. We got a. You seem scared of Texas. Texas, go ahead. Texas, are you there?
Yeah.
Hi. How's it going?
Be careful moving that phone. We're losing range. What's your name? You there? Hello? Maybe you can't hear him because he's deep in the heart of Texas. That could be what it is. The call ended. Or he just realized that he was only really dreaming of calling in and never fully expected to make contact with us. He didn't realize the entire dream. Yeah, it's like in Inception. Dreams collapse. It was just, it collapsed. Yeah. It collapsed. Let me play for you, bro. You know what I just had to record this with a GoPro for posterity, so we'll have it, the original show. And it's also acts as a clock. We can see how long we've been on the air. Great. Well, let's take some more. In fact, we should probably get out while the getting's good. And the numbers, I think there's just too many people calling in. The number is 310-857-4274. 310-857-4274. It should work. Wi-Fi calling is on. I got an idea. Any other? Will you go sightseeing in Virginia? Is that a rhetorical question? By the way, did you just sit down again? Because I just saw us sitting down. Yeah, no. Did you just get up? Yeah, I just get water. Oh, this is like a brand. Jesus. Oh my goodness! No, you got to pay. Again, we're on the Google Pixel phone here. Come back to Brazil. That will happen for sure. A lot of love for me in Brazil. This reminds me of those old public access shows. Hey, John, I met you once in Soho at the McDonald's, like at 3 a.m. I'm sure that I was at my best. I'm sure you saw me at my absolute best. This is sort of public access. Yeah.
I bought this backdrop on...
Here I have another
B&H.
number they can use.
Okay, we have another number. 310-844-6539. 310-844-6539. Sing it with me. 310-844-6539.
That should work.
Is this like a burner number?
No, I said, as a tech nerd, I set that up years ago. I never used it. It's a Google voice.
Most underrated guitarist, Robert Cray.
This should be
Robert Cray.
That should be based on
Most underrated guitar. And he's still highly rated, and he's still underrated because of how great he is. Robert Cray's the best. Johnny, come to Chicago. I will. John, do you feel a distinct difference in the process of making comedy versus music? Well, yes. Music I actually make because I have a calling for it. Comedy is just a desire plus... I think for me, comedy is desire plus frustration. Just add it up, and you get this...
Why you do comedy?
Yeah, I
think you have a penchant for it.
Yeah, I
don't know what that means.
I have a penchant for it. I don't think that I'm particularly good at it, but I feel like it's something I enjoy doing. And it would be like a comedian who likes to play guitar. And I'm a guitar player who likes to, if not be funny directly, sort of just be free-thinking and... do you still like to play your own songs? Yeah, I do. I played some stuff last night, actually. I went to Hotel Cafe, and they had a charity show. And I did some stuff from the Paradise Valley album, and it felt really great. I like the old stuff. I do. Favorite song off in the wee small hours of the morning, Deep in a Dream. Beautiful song.
You did Slow Dancing in a Burning Room last night.
Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. That is funny how that song became almost like a single. You want to take it?
Sure.
That's our friend Tony. Tony, are you there?
Tony there?
Yes.
Tony, did you call my number or that number we said?
I called your number.
Weird.
Do you know that we're on Instagram right now?
Yeah, I'm actually watching from a distance, and I was just really having a difficult time participating with you guys, watching all of the questions go across the screen, and I have a really deep question.
Yeah, sure. What is it?
I'm just curious, it's a question for John specifically, him being a musician and all. Which one of the Beatles does John think have the deadliest farts?
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, guys. These are friends of mine. I vacation with them.
You hang out with them. Dine with them.
Guys, I am so sorry that you had to hear that.
I'm sorry that he brought that up, and I also feel like we have to answer.
And then you answer.
I do. I feel like
you
he
can
brought
answer.
it up.
I'm not coming close to that. I stay away from proper
The
nouns.
question was which one of the Beatles had the deadliest farts, and I feel like it could also be interpreted as has. And I'll put a wash on it quick. But
I'm sorry. Even if you're still alive, the question was.
Well, I mean, I would say, because I was going to say rotting flesh would be I'm not trying to be gross.
No,
we can't.
I'm saying if you were to give
back in the
any
day,
weight
like on Abbey, on that or whatever, that roof. What was that roof?
I interpret the question to mean
on that roof.
When you say of the Beatles.
Yeah.
It means in the era they were all Beatles. We're not even trying to answer the question, we're trying to define it.
Okay.
I think there's more interest in defining the question than answering the question. So, when you ask which one of the Beatles
had the deadliest farts,
I think
it's like
it's gotta be the era that they were still Beatles in.
Sure.
So you've got to go between 63? What is it, 63? And
I can only base it on picturing them as my friends in a room for some reason, and I feel like it would be George Harrison.
The only reason you say that is because...
He just looks like he's the guy sorry dude, or what? Tony upset you so much with this question.
I don't want...
this to devolve.
This is my first show on Instagram.
Okay.
You pick the absolute... most legendary pop band of all time.
Tony, you hit a nerve.
And you post the question. He
didn't even post it.
The only reason that you would say the answer that you've said, I'm staying away from proper nouns,
we got to move on because you're very upset.
Because it seems like that person lives at a very plant-based diet. That's the closest.
Right.
That's the closest I could come to. Is that?
Does that cause deadly fumes or just more?
I don't know.
How did we get you to this place?
I'm trying to do
therapy.
things.
Move on.
I'm trying to do two things.
What? Answer
I'm
the
trying
question.
to not duck the question,
But also
move on. From
right.
the question.
Okay. Well, I think we addressed it enough.
I think we did.
Yeah. Thank you, Tony.
Somebody wrote "fucking Tony." Thank you, Tony, very much.
I can't believe neither of our fake numbers that we have work.
This seems to be going very well so far.
Now I'm getting texts too. Like, I don't understand. Why can't we be...
We've got a call. Let's see if that works.
Just don't move it.
Hello?
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 Hey, how are you?
Good.
The problem comes when
Who's
you
this?
move the phone after you answer it.
Who's calling?
Devin.
Hey, Devin, how's it going?
Hang on, what is it?
Good.
You have a question?
Yeah. It's been really bugging my mind all day. I've been wondering. Paper or plastic?
Paper.
All right.
Paper. Thanks, Devin.
All right. Yeah, no problem.
Thanks, bud.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Listen, you guys need to be more like Devin. That's a great call. Got in and got out. What if I've been fooled because the only reason he asked that question was to get a small sample of my voice from which run an algorithm
Really?
to then take my answer and create a virtual me to then create a soundboard
To then
call
sell
my
new
business
albums,
manager.
or to sell albums that you haven't recorded in another country
Or to call my business manager and release $100,000
immediately. Right. Because your business manager would fall for that, right?
Well, if it sounded like...
Don't you think it would take more than the sound of you?
Hello, Rich. No, on the phone, Rich. No, on the phone. Hi, Rich. Based off of me going, plastic. It's like plastic.
I think you're you're not giving credit. You're giving too much credit to the ability for Devin to do your cadence and the way you would talk to your.
But what if he takes it off of the word plastic? What if he's figured out that the word plastic?
Let's pretend I'm your business manager. Okay, you're the John Mayer soundboard.
Okay, ready?
Okay. Hello, John.
Hello.
Wow, it's late.
Hi. Hi.
It's late at night on a Sunday. How's it going?
Plastic.
John?
Plastic.
Are you okay?
I'm just kidding.
Is this another incident?
Hi.
I need to call.
Nope. Hi.
Hey.
I need $100,000.
Okay, I mean, all the banks are closed. Maybe tomorrow.
The cashier's check is plastic.
You keep saying plastic, John.
Plastic. Cashier's check is plastic.
Okay, might as well release 100. Wow, it worked.
Let's see how this is going now. Let's go to.
Did you say we're beta testing the show?
Absolutely. Where can you buy? You can buy a big shirt.
I don't know how one person can ring the phone.
That was a text. Yeah, I don't know how it comes in either. I got a big shirt. Feel like a 6-foot baby in my big shirt.
Doesn't that seem?
How are you? I'm fine. Let's take a look now. We should.
Why did
jump
you?
off
She
this
said,
reason.
"Why did you meet the Stranger Things cast that one time?"
That's a good question. So I met the Stranger Things cast because I was in Capitol recording my record in the studio next to where the Emmys band was rehearsing, and the Stranger Things cast, as you remember, did a musical number on the show, and so they rehearsed that number in the studio next to me, and I went over to rehearse some of my stuff because I played on the Emmys, and ran into the cast. And at that point, it was about the week where everyone had been at peak Stranger Things in terms of their intake of it. People had just caught it all, and that was sort of the moment, the critical mass. And there were no more famous a person than those 4 or 5 kids. And I had to kind of watch myself because...
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah, because they're kids, and they don't know who I am, but
That's the thing I always wonder when you have like a celebrity kid like that. Like the girl, what was the lead girl's name? 10? 7?
11. All prime numbers. No.
11. Like she Is she supposed to digest all of pop culture for years?
No, she's not going to know what.
I'm sure someone whispers in her ear, like,
somebody
John
told her
Mayer. She's like, okay, that's a guy.
Yeah.
I guess he's a thing.
I haven't had a hit in her lifetime.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So it's like, but all of a sudden she has to fake nervousness.
Yeah.
It's like me going like, hey, this phone.
Right.
This is one of the most well-known senators in Washington.
Right.
John, I'd like you, and you're like, very
That's what
honored.
it was. But that senator asked me to do a photo, and I went, sure.
Right.
So they seemed to know who I was enough to want to take a photo, and I did it Instagram. I mean, at that point, it was like to have the Stranger Things kids on my Snapchat, I should say. This gold, Snapchat gold. There was no Snapchat I've ever put up that had more friends of mine writing in and saying, oh my God, how did that happen? Just it blew people away. Let's see. Are you all stoned? No. I can say this. Every time that you think I'm stoned, I'm not. And every time you don't think I'm stoned, I totally am.
Yeah.
So all of the things I write on Twitter, all the things I write, people go like, oh, I'll have what you're smoking. I'm not smoking. But when I'm like, hey guys, I just really want to say that, you know, then I'm high. But you never know when I'm high. Turn phone camera. We can't.
We can't. We tried it.
That you would have to turn your phone to landscape, and then the names would be the comments would be coming inside.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm not stoned.
Well, maybe this person's done it for her.
Come to Peru. I bet I will. Turbo Knight.
If you could,
What's up, Turbo Knight? Turbo Knight's follow Turbo Knight. Follow Turbo Knight on Snapchat.
this girl's
He's the dude. Actually, Turbo Knight is as close to the dude in real life as you can get. Turbo Knight, is it turbo.night on Snap? What's the actual Snapchat name? Is it turbo.night on Snapchat? Or is it word? I have to wait until you see that. Am I a savage? In the way you think I am? No. Turbo Knight, one word, TURBONIGHT. Follow Turbo Knight on Snapchat. Favorite Hendrix tune? God, there's so many of them. It would be one of those beautiful ballads, you know.
Castles Made of Sand.
Favorite Hendrix song? I mean, I might go like 1983 and Mermaid I Should Turn to Be, just to do that. We got a call. This call comes to us. It doesn't have a place. Hello there. Welcome to Instagram Live.
Hey guys,
How's it going?
it's going next.
The question, comment? Guys, I'm so sorry. We have to. That's not why it happened.
There you go.
Oh, you're on.
See, you're back.
How's it going?
Sounds good.
What's happening?
Oh.
Yeah.
On the album.
What about the album?
Your album.
Yes.
When?
I just had a phone call with Sony this afternoon. We have a release date. It's not very long from now.
Oh, don't tease me.
I can't tell you exactly when it is yet, but
Teasing is real.
yeah, the teasing's but it's for a reason. You won't have to wait very long. It'll be before the end of January. How about that?
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, that's some good news.
Before the end of January.
Okay.
So
well, thanks for talking. My favorite is Born and Raised.
thank you, man. That's my favorite record too, and unfortunately, it never got its due for a couple reasons. One of which I couldn't really sing, but that's a very special record, and I'm glad you think so because that one's near and dear to my heart. What's your favorite song off Born and Raised?
Oh man, that's a good one. Probably Love Is a Verb or Face to Call Home is pretty great.
Cool.
Either of those, it just came out at a really great time, and I was meeting a girl, and now we're married, so.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah, my favorite is If I Ever Get Around to Living. I remember writing that song and being like, I got this one now? So that was very cool.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy the holidays. Tell the now wife. I was going to say tell the now lovely wife, but I'm sure she's been lovely. It's just a misplaced
Always
modifier,
lovely.
you see. The always lovely, but very recently your wife? How long ago did you get married?
June of last year.
Oh, cool. Well,
So
you're
still
still
pretty
newlywed.
fresh.
Still newlywed.
I can't believe he paused like he made it up.
I don't think he's lying.
I'm kidding.
Well, thank you very much. And
My mother's calling.
oh, Jordan's mom is calling, so we're going to take the call, and we'll see you soon.
All right, thanks, John.
Thanks, bud. Bye.
I don't think she would know that we're on it.
Throw her on. It's Jordan's mom.
Hello? Hello?
Where are you?
What's that?
Where are you?
I'm over at John's house, at John Mayer's house.
Hi, John Mayer.
You're being broadcast, like we're doing like a live chat show on Instagram.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. We wanted you to be a guest because you're now being a guest on here.
I'm a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, your voice.
Nice. May I please have a little champagne?
Yes.
Yes, you may. Do you have a question? Do you have a question for me or John Mayer? Mom?
Do I have a question? What's the weather like out there in January and February?
Oh, is this your way of announcing you're coming out?
Yes, see, now you're in trouble. Just that there's an apartment for rent in Jordan's building for really not much money for a couple of months. So I thought, well, maybe that's a good idea to come out for a few weeks.
Can we put you on mute for a minute and discuss it?
No. Who else is there?
I do not want her coming in. I blah, 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 blah.
I can back you up on this.
Okay, we're back, Mom.
Me.
Just kidding. No. What? Don't you have a question for John Mayer? This is the first talk show we're doing live on Instagram. For him.
I mean, to you.
What's that? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Jared Paul says we're both so goddamn handsome.
Can you hear me? Jane?
I just asked a question.
Oh yeah, you cut out, but now the phone's in a good place. Go ahead.
Okay. John, are you coming to New York to perform?
Yes, I'll be in New York. Yes, I'll be in New York on tour in the spring. So, and I would love to have you come to that show. But I forgot if you're a Deadhead or not. There might be nothing Deadhead about it.
Did you ever go to see the Grateful Dead, Mom?
No.
Not in your wheelhouse. Well, I'll be playing at City Field.
Can you name one Grateful Dead song?
No.
Come on, try. I'm going to guarantee you can.
No. I really can't. I didn't
She loved the Eagles.
for this music.
Yeah. Well, it's never too late.
That's sad.
But real quick, can you ask?
On my iPad, on my iPod, I have about 18 John Mayer songs and 2 classical and about 4 things from the 70s.
That's really sweet.
And what's your favorite John Mayer song?
It's true. My favorite what?
Your favorite John Mayer song on your iPad?
Who says?
Aw.
Can't get stoned.
Well, that's not that far from a Grateful Dead style song.
I love My Body's a Wonderland.
Oh, thank you.
I love all of them.
Very cool.
Okay, now
Dear.
just real quick to take you away from sweet mom mode, can you ask like a specific weird question of John?
A specific weird question.
Not just like, hey, when's your tour? Like, not regular talk show question. You would ask anyone if you wanted to know something strange or specific about them.
I just did. I said, when are you coming to New York?
But that's like a general thing, like how's the weather?
Frank Sinatra, what's up?
Something,
Like,
something intimate, you mean?
yeah, sure, or not about dating or anything, just something about like anything.
Okay, John, could you conduct this interview, please?
Jordan's doing great. He's doing great.
Last chance, Mom.
John, where do you live? In Montana most of the time?
Oh God.
I live in Montana, but
Such a general.
work calls and it brings me most of the time to LA or New York. So I rent in LA, but I'm going back to Montana for Christmas very soon, and it's much needed. I feel a little too much LA blood and coursing through my veins, and so I have to go get that out of me. When you come home from dinner and there's like 6 reject outfits on the floor, it's time to go to Montana. It's time to go to Montana. When we are doing fittings for doctor's appointments, we have been in LA for too long. So
My mother,
Okay, wait, I have another question.
go.
So what's it like? I mean, sometimes I'll just be walking in the park and I'll think, can John Mayer just walk in the park? Like,
actually have
around like
I actually have a shirt that says "I'm Josh Groban," and that seems to it's very hard to disguise myself. You can't tell from the U-Haul box, but I'm 6'3", and I have very wide shoulders, and I have very long arms.
You're
and
a tall drink of water.
I'm a tall drink of water.
That would drive attention. That would.
It's my height and it's my overall build that no matter what I have on, I sort of give myself away. But I can do pretty well. I mean, most people, if you're in a city, they're looking down at their phones or they've got to play. In fact, most people just sort of. Here's something that happens a lot. I'll be walking down a sidewalk on a street, and somebody will pass me, a couple people will pass me, and I'll hear this, and it's the funniest thing. This is how that I know I'm being recognized. I'll walk past, and I'll hear someone go, "Who?" Which means someone went, "That's John Mayer." And his or her friend went, "Who?" And that's what I hear a lot. I'll walk past, and you'll hear, "Who?" Which is indicative of someone saying, like, "That's John Mayer," and of course the other person not knowing who I am. So I would say I have about a 50% saturation rate.
It's a really rough cell phone connection up here. We're up at the Mir space station of cell phones. But we're up in the hills here. But listen, Mom. One right before I let you go, John, can you ask my mom a specific question?
Yes. Would you say Jordan is getting closer to sanity as he gets older, or further away from it?
No joke answer.
Closer.
Closer.
Okay, good.
So now you know how it was when he was growing up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my question.
Excellent.
That's an answer, Mom.
What's the most expensive item you ever bought in your life? Not property.
Not property.
Oh, not property, not a car, not a house.
I would say a car's okay. You could say a car, but it's not a house.
Nah, I think it's even more interesting.
Okay, cutting out the car or the house.
Yeah.
Jordan for one.
Children cost
Not cheap to develop this.
Dalton School.
Okay, but you never bought like a $100,000 brooch.
What? Are you crazy?
Did you ever?
Never.
Did you ever?
I didn't even covet one. I think maybe.
Did you ever cover your neighbor?
Did you ever covet thy neighbor's covers?
My neighbor's covers. Did you ever cover your neighbor's songs?
Have you ever shoplifted? Have you ever shoplifted?
Have you ever shit the bed?
Did you ever shoplift as a kid?
I did.
Amazing.
I did. I stole some candy from what was called a 5 and 10 in those days in Larchmont, New York. And I got home and I felt sick about it and I snuck back and returned it. And then one other time was I was in
What if there's 100 times?
college, in my freshman year of college, and I was home on a holiday and I went shopping and who's laughing at me, Jordan?
No, yeah, go ahead.
I bought a sweater, okay? And I love this sweater so much.
You're now in college. You're in college at this point?
I was in college. I was a freshman. I was home, and I went to White Plains, and I bought a sweater that I really loved, a purple sweater, and I put it in the car, and when I came back, it was stolen, and I definitely didn't have any more money to buy it, and I was so in love with the sweater.
You stole it?
And I went in and stole another sweater, and I took it to college, and I put it in a closet. I hid it under, like, suitcases and everything, and never wore it, and I was sick about it every time I went into the closet.
Do you want to take the opportunity now to apologize to?
Yeah, what store was it?
What store was it? We can apologize for you.
It was Alexander's. It was a cheapo sweater, too.
Alexander's? Are they still in business?
They're not.
Well, still.
I put them out of business.
That one sweater. That was them apples of.
For the descendants of the Alexander's family.
Jane, you want to go ahead and apologize?
This is like confession for Jews.
I am so sorry. It was such an awful thing to do. You probably never even knew I did it. But believe me, I suffered far more than you did. And I never stole ever anything ever again.
I think that you have a clean slate. I think your conscience is clear.
Yeah.
Alexander's store, Jane is so sorry.
If they could find it in their heart.
Yes. To reopen.
To reopen.
Thank you, Father. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Nothing.
Well, happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, and thanks for calling.
And I hope you feel better now because it's over.
Yeah,
it's
now
over.
you can let it go.
Your long internal
I know
nightmare.
you've been carrying that
I
around.
really feel better.
You should. It's fine.
Absolved.
You guys are the best.
You're the best.
You're the best.
You're the best.
We'll see you
I
soon.
love you both, and well, good night now.
Good night.
Good night now.
See you later.
Going to sleep.
Okay.
Rest
East
well.
Coast time.
Okay, bye.
Bye now. That was really sweet. I mean, perhaps this was the climax of the show.
Sure.
There was some rifts between us in the
interim. Yep.
Relationships.
By the way, that sounds like a John Mayer album.
In the interim?
In the interim. No?
Yeah, it does, and it hurts because it's true.
Come on.
Can I create a song in 30 seconds? I do all the time. If you could eat a cookie right now, what kind would you have? I want the American Airlines cookie. This might be an elitist thing to say, but I want the American Airlines first class cookie, but I want it on the ground. I want American Airlines chocolate chip cookie without being in travel.
In a funk.
In a funk. That's what I would like. I'd like an American Airlines cookie right now. Oak Street Bootmakers, I do have the indigo dye boots. Thank you very much for those. Those are in Montana. I should take them out. Thank you for them. Oak Street Bootmakers. Very cool bootmakers. Oak Street Bootmakers, check them out. Strat or Telly more versatile? A Strat's more versatile. Strat can get a Telly sound. Telly can't always get a Strat sound. Favorite song off of Continuum? You know, that's what's cool about that record is they're all sort of. I mean, Stop This Train would be hard to give up.
I have a question. What is the craziest thing you do behind closed doors, like in terms of like a ritual or a thing? Not insane, but just something that you know is a bit of a ritual, like maybe a superstitious thing to do that people don't know about, and you know it's like it's not certifiable, but like I remember when I was in college, I interned on the late show with Letterman, and he had this spot he had to touch on the wall before every show. Anything like that people don't know. That's like a.
Sometimes I'll put something away